The first day of running at the Australian Grand Prix weekend is complete, and we have Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc on top of the sessions. Keeping on top of things for GPblog, though, is Nicole Mulder, who is in the paddock all weekend long. Last year's top two teams are on top again this time, Nicole, but it seems that there are some upgrades on track, but they don't seem to have helped one of the teams.
Yes, Red Bull brought a lot of updates to Melbourne, a long list of 15 of them. In FP1, it seemed to be okay, but they made some changes towards FP2, and there they fell a little bit short compared to the rest. Max was just about in the top 10. Liam was out of the top 10. So not quite what they were hoping for.
Yeah, I think it looks like Yuki Tsunoda might be happy that Liam Lawson got the promotion rather than him from some of those results we saw in FP2.
It seems like it, yeah. The Racing Bulls were looking really strong. They were P4 and P6. Even Isaac, as a rookie, he did very well on P6. So, yeah, they had a really good session. Better than the Red Bull.
Leclerc was a driver to top out the second session, and of course, there's all eyes on Ferrari as we go into the 2025 season. Hamilton not quite as fast as his new teammate. Is there any reason for that discrepancy?
Lewis seemed to be having some understeer. He was complaining about that it was difficult to steer into the corner. Then in the second session, again, he was talking about understeer, and also the gap towards his teammate was pretty big. But what the cause of it is exactly, we don't know yet.
Red Bull looking slow on paper. I know that you have good contact with Helmut Marko, and he didn't seem to be as concerned, thinking maybe they're a little bit behind, but not as far behind as FP2 suggested.
Exactly. He didn't seem concerned at all, actually. He accepted that the Red Bull was obviously not the fastest car this weekend, but he still thinks it's mainly McLaren in front of them and that they can fight the Ferraris and the Mercedes, definitely.
Was he having anything to say about the Racing Bulls' pace as well? Because, of course, them finishing ahead of Red Bull isn't exactly what he wants, even though he's part of the junior program.
He did. He did say that the Racing Bulls decided to run with less fuel, so they ran really light. This was because they didn't get to do any qualifying runs in the pre-season testing in Bahrain. So he did say he was expecting them to be behind Williams in the quali and the race.
Williams, of course, have been looking pretty quick. The midfield looking as tight as anything. What's your personal take on what we're expecting to see in order of the lineup this year?
That's a very difficult question. I think the top four, it's pretty much obvious that McLaren right now is the fastest, but also especially Charles is looking fast in the Ferrari. But it's very exciting to see what's going on at Williams, because Carlos was very quick in FP2. So they look to be aiming for the top of the midfield. The
smooth operator continuing to be smooth. We're looking at some threats of rain this weekend. Is that a concern to what we're gonna see from Red Bull with Max Verstappen's dominance? Is it something that Helmut Marko is hoping for?
Yes, Helmut was very clear on that. He was hoping for rain on Sunday, and he did say they were going for a quali setup, so that means a dry one. But nevertheless, even with a dry setup, he wasn't too worried about rain. He even said, I hope it does.
That's a way to kick off a season. Of course, the rookies are also in action, and one rookie who didn't even get a chance in FP2, Ollie Bearman, having a crash at the exit of the chicane. How is Ollie? I know he didn't make it to FP2. Are we expecting to see him tomorrow? Have you spoken to Haas?
Yes, Haas gave a reaction about Ollie. He is okay, fortunately. It was a pretty big impact and the car took some pretty big damage. But the most important thing is Ollie is fine and he will run like usual tomorrow.
Exciting. That's great. We want to see all 20 cars in action. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot, Nicole. Who is going to be on pole position tomorrow when we leave qualifying?
Unless anything really strange happens, it's definitely going to be Lando.
Wow. I think Oscar Piastri has to delight his home fans, but yes, I think McLaren are looking very quick. Lando Norris, that's what you say, and we look forward to seeing Lando and the rest of the drivers back on track for the first competitive session of 2025, and I look forward to speaking to you, Nicole, afterwards to hear everything from the paddock. Thank you so much again, and thank you everybody for watching.